So when did you become all bougie and tap water wasn't good enough for you?
No, but Dasani water is not good enough for me either. And that's what I'm drinking right now. Because at the end of the day, like, it's very tricky because Dasani water has a taste, and water's not supposed to have a taste, but it tastes so good that, like, but water's not supposed to have a taste. So I'm not even supposed to be drinking Dasani right now. Whatever.
Dysh. Dysh. Dysh.
Hey y'all, it's Onika
And J.R.
and you are dishing with Dainty Dish. How you doing, J.R.?
I am doing a lot better than last week.
Oh yeah, it was a shit show with you last week.
Yeah, it wasn't special. I was not feeling like a superstar. Womp womp.
Womp womp.
But yeah, now I'm doing fantastic. I'm starting to like enjoy my space.
I know, I can tell.
Yeah, I've spent a couple days home now, so it's been fun.
I feel like every time I come over here, there's something like either new in here or it smells like very exotic. It smells like a yoga studio. It's very nice. It's very masculine with very feminine undertones with the smells. It's great. But like things are moved. Like you're still in that phase where you're moving things around, like trying to get it comfortable.
There's nothing new. I'm just trying to figure out where I want things to be.
Okay.
Yeah. But other than that, no, it smells like a yoga studio. Yeah,
it does.
That's what I was going for.
That's the vibe.
Yeah, like I just want it to be relaxed and just, you come in here and like even now you come in and your vibe just kind of like you kind of mellow out and you're just okay.
It's true. I feel like I'm supposed to be doing downward dog or something like.
Yeah, take that feeling and do it somewhere else.
Yeah, I'm not doing that in your house.
Yeah, you're not welcome to either.
To yoga.
Yeah, no.
To yoga in your space.
No.
Gotcha.
No. Yeah. Absolutely. So what else is going on with me? I am doing improv stuff, Love it. Absolutely. It's like my favorite thing on earth.
Okay.
Yeah. What else am I doing? Haven't read a book because I decided that I'm not doing anything. And I stopped doing things for the last, I think I'm on day 6 now, including when I was sick.
You decided to take a week off.
Yeah, I did. So I did that and I've just been, at home eating salads and watching YouTube videos and just cleaning.
You love that YouTube rabbit hole.
Yeah, it's fun to go down sometimes, I must say. Yeah, I like short clips. Sometimes they're interesting, sometimes they're not. It's cool. Yeah. But anyway, enough about that. How are you doing? How's Mental Health Day?
Mental Health Day was all right. I saw my social worker. Shout out to him. He was awesome. And I saw my psychiatrist.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, and my psychologist is recently just had a baby. So I'm kind of on my own for my therapy for a little while till potentially September. So my whole job now is to apply what I learned in therapy in my real life.
Oh, fantastic. I like that.
So it's kind of scary, like unknown and uncharted territory for me, but I'm doing it. I'm doing okay. I only call in sick for work when I'm sick.
Yeah, that's a good thing.
When I'm sick, and I'm still a productive member of the universe. So
wait, what makes you having to wait till September? Like, there's no way your therapist is coming? Oh, okay.
They're replacing her with someone else.
There's no way this woman's coming back after like 3 months
September.
off.
No, they're replacing her with someone else in September, which is another kind of like one of those things. I don't like newness.
Newness? That's your new word
like
for the day?
Newness. Newness is my word for the day. I don't like newness. Like, I like old and comfortable, like a kept teddy bear that I've had for 27 years. And I do have my teddy bear. So like just an old comfortable teddy bear. So newness kind of bothers me. So I'm not sure I'm going to hop on and do the therapy with the new girl.
Oh, okay. You're gonna self-therapy? Self-therapy?
I'm just going to like wait it out for the year and go back to my old therapist.
So what happens if you have like a glum moment?
Like a crisis? I'm supposed to... I guess I'll go to my social worker. I don't know. I'll just I have to learn. I have to learn to kind of do things on my own, and that's kind of, I think, what my therapist was saying.
I can't believe you're saying that out loud.
Oh, shut up.
Yeah, it's amazing.
So I have to learn. So hopefully, there won't be too many big situations where I'd need any kind of guidance. And, it hasn't been so far. It's been good. So far, so good, but stressful. A little stressful.
Okay. Fair enough.
Yeah. Work's going good.
Yeah, you
Nothing
still have a
new
job?
there. Still have a job.
Nice.
Still have a job. Just coming off our big sale. Finally, it's almost done. Sale time's the worst time. Hours are pretty good though. So
the time when people are in the store where they're buying things
where
you're needed to be on staff so you can get work and get
People
paid in hours. But it's the worst. I don't want to be at my job and actually do work. I just want to go to my job.
It has nothing to do with work. It has to do with the people that are there. It's like, here's all that we have, and all of it is on sale. Now, you're asking me for a specific thing that you can't find, that you assume I'll have in the back room. When the sale it's everything here. That's all we have. And I tell you that's all we have, then you go ask 2 or 3 more associates the same thing. Like, people are just crazy during sales. Like, people do things they wouldn't normally do. They say things they wouldn't normally say. Like, they're just kind of sale. So they don't, I don't think they think sometimes.
You know what's interesting? I don't know. I've had friends that are in retail from the time I was like young and on all levels, and so I've always asked questions, and there's no such thing as a sale.
No, because the company sets the prices.
So whoever sets the price, you can't have a sale.
You can't have a sale. You can say 75% off of this, and you're still making a profit.
But you don't even know if that's really 75% off what. Like, there's no. You have no idea what the cost was. You have no idea what the real price is of whatever it is you're selling.
And people are so thirsty for those labels. They're so thirsty for those labels.
Let me tell you.
That they will pay out the ASS to get those labels. And when you throw the word sale in there too.
Label sale.
Like, it's insanity. It's complete insanity. So I think it's an obsession with labels. And wanting to get labels is the problem.
Yeah. I mean,
more than the idea of a sale. Like,
it's interesting now that I can kind of afford a label here or there. Mm-hmm. I would not spend my money on a label. It's more like, really, wait, no, no, thank you. But I've done some dumb shit. Like, I went to Rodeo Drive maybe like 5 years ago.
No,
and
look at you.
And did the was it Calvin Klein or Ralph Lauren? One of those two. I don't remember which one. I think it was Ralph Lauren. And I did the whole champagne in the store, and the shirts are like $200, and yeah, I did that.
Oh my goodness!
But I still have the shirts, and they're of the highest quality, and they feel amazing. They were Italian woven, like by little ladies with little fingers, and it was. They feel good.
They feel good. They feel good. That's
amazing.
The most important part.
It feels amazing.
That's the most important part. After like spending $200 on a shirt, you hope that it would feel good.
And the thing is, like, I'll never do that again. I mean, I did it once.
Never say never.
You can never say never.
Never say never.
Can never say never, because if I end up being
I'll
a
never
billionaire,
do the champagne treatment again. Like, give me a break.
But it was phenomenal. I won't lie to you.
Give me a break. Like, you're never gonna do that again. Like, I haven't done it yet, but I hope to do it at least one day. I want a full Pretty Woman experience.
Oh man.
Like, yep, that's gonna be me one day, because I didn't grow up with labels. I didn't have labels when I was a kid. That was not something my parents and my mother specifically subscribed to. Like, my clothes are from Byway and Bargain Harold.
Byway, Zellers. I had
Zellers.
Yeah, Venture shoes. Do you remember those ones?
I don't even know what kind of. I remember that one time I convinced my mom to buy me some LA Gears.
Well, the one with the lights.
The one with the lights.
Yeah.
I had the one with the lights, and it had two. Because there was, if you were boss, like if you were like balling like it was your hobby, you had the 3 laces. Like you had, I don't know how they got 3 laces in these shoes, but you had the 3 laces. So the crisscross was 6 laces, right? That was like when you were, that was the balling LA gear.
Okay.
And then there was the 2 laces that anyone could like have. But like
I always had 2 laces in my shoes. I'm just saying.
No, like double laces. Like that was LA Gear's thing. They had double laces.
Is that what it was?
Yeah. It wasn't the lights in the shoes. It was the double laces.
Okay. I guess I was totally off with that.
Yeah, no, you're just
I had it for the
younger
lights.
than me.
I guess
you're just younger than me.
I'm just younger.
Yeah, the original model had the special laces. Model. They had the special laces.
The iPhone 1.
Yeah, the iPhone 1. You're an iPhone 10 kind of guy. I'm talking about iPhone 1 right now. You got to get back down. Get over here. Get over here. No, but yeah, so I convinced my mom, and I think I had a pair of Nikes once because I tricked my dad into buying me some Nikes.
Oh, wow.
So, but like, that's the only name brand. Like, I didn't grow up with name brand stuff. Like, my mom just never bought us name brand stuff.
Yeah, neither did I. Except I used to get my shoes from this place, like up in Pickering, actually. National Sports, that little that warehouse.
Gosh, National Sport was like a trip.
So I would get brand names, but I would get the ones from like the table that were like $20. So it was like, yeah, it's a Nike shoe, but it's just like, yeah, no one's ever heard of it. No one's ever heard of it. I mean, I did get, although when I was playing basketball in high school, my dad did make me a deal once. He was kind of like, all right, well, if you want brand name, then you can pay brand name difference.
Oh gosh.
That was pretty cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. I didn't grow up with brand names. I never saw the point. Like, it was kind of like, especially because I got my stuff tailor made, like my dress clothes were like, my dad was always like, he was very specific about that. So
oh my gosh, you grew up like beyond handmade or beyond labels, sorry, to handmade tailor.
Like the pants, yeah, like that. So it's kind of like, there's no.
We went to the store and bought me pants, like.
I went somewhere, some little Italian guy or some little Jewish guy. I don't even know, or Greek guy. I don't know what he was.
Back then,
like you went to this little room and he's saying stand still, and you're like,
that's beyond labels. You're like beyond labels. At that point, you're beyond labels.
That's my childhood, yo. That's for real.
You got your inseam done. Do you remember your first inseam? I don't. Gosh. I don't remember my first inseam.
I do. That's the funny thing.
I'm sure you remember yours.
Yeah, real talk.
Yeah, that's beyond labels. I can't even. You know what? I'm not even talking about like clothes with you anymore. I'm changing the topic. What about labels in relationships?
Labels?
Because remember we were talking about this yesterday about my whole long distance open situation.
Oh no. Okay, no. I'm gonna call you out on that first. Let me call you out because what was it? Probably around, I don't know, I think it was maybe our 6th or 7th episode. You went on this like, I hate this guy. He called me fat, and I'm never talking to him again. And he's a jerk. And then we were hanging out after recording. I think maybe it was a couple weeks ago's episode, and all of a sudden your phone rings, and you go from yo, Onika, Julian, hey, what's going on? JR, what's going on? Cool cousin to, hey, baby, I miss you. What you doing? It's your birthday. Oh, I miss you. Oh, my gosh.
You sound Asian.
Oh, is that it?
Yeah, you sound Asian. I don't sound like that.
Okay, you don't sound Asian. I don't know what I was doing. Okay, never mind. But you were just going on.
It was kind of a little sexual. So like, let's just bring that back.
Let's rewind.
Let's rewind that.
Okay, you were very lovey-dovey. You went from
and I agree with you.
You went from having like if anyone didn't know better, they didn't know you had chicken grease and all barbecue sauce in your face when you were talking.
Whatever. At the end of the day. That dude,
he said sorry.
He said he did say sorry, even though I don't think he was sorry. Here's how he explained it to me, and this is why I took the explanation. So he's an American, and
so that's an excuse?
No, he's an American, and he likes his girls thick. So when he saw me getting thick, he thought he would comment on it. I'm Canadian, and if someone sends me emojis with food, I'm gonna get a little pissed off because I'm thinking they're calling me fat. Now, when we got on the phone and we finally spoke about this was like 6 months later because I missed him, so I called him. I said, screw it, I'm gonna call him. And he said, yeah, I just said if you were thick in your face, you're going to be thick other places that I might like. So I didn't mean it as an insult. I meant it as a compliment, but I'm sorry that you took it the wrong way. And I was like, okay, fair enough. Because at the end of the day, I am a little thick right now. I'm a little thick. So never been this thick before. Never been this thick before. Trying to get back to being thin, but I'm a little bit thick. So was he telling the truth? He was. Did it hurt my feelings? Yes. Did he apologize for it? Yes. Did I accept? Absolutely, because I miss my man. So whatever. Sometimes you got to let some things slide. That's what I have to say about that.
So what is your label? That's you. That's your man.
Well,
what is man? What is man on the scale of husband to just dude I'm messing with?
I think at the end of the day, like, I hold him down and I'm there for him and he's there for me, and we have really great conversations and we laugh together, we could joke together, we could be serious, we could be silly. To me, he's my man. Like, he's just someone I've had in my life for 8 years and I continue to have in my life, and regardless of the distance, because he lives somewhere else, I live in Canada, he lives in the States, regardless of the distance, we just have always stayed connected. So I don't know what label to put on that, but I would say I'm his girl and he's my man.
That was cute.
Yeah,
that was real cute. That was real cute. I'm gonna let you have that.
You gonna let me have that?
Yeah, that was real cute. That was real cute. But like, back to labels. So you're saying, so what is that?
I think labels are complicated. I think they make things complicated more than they need to be.
Really?
Yeah, I think when we subscribe to labels, it confuses the essence of who we are and like what we're trying to do. Like putting a label on your relationships, for example, boyfriend, girlfriend.
Yeah, yeah.
Now you're stuck in those labels. Like,
I'm confused.
I feel
understand. Like what other options would there be if you're at that level?
I feel like there's expectations that come with those labels that might not necessarily be fair to place on another person. Like when you hear someone's my boyfriend, you expect, example, for them to be the person that makes you whole and makes you happy and makes you feel like everything.
But that's a naive expectation of a partner. Someone should not make you whole. You should make yourself whole, and that person should compliment you.
That's true, but do we want to still call that boyfriend and girlfriend, or do we want to call that a partnership? I find certain labels to be maybe juvenile.
Well, here's the thing. I think we'd have to make a hierarchy, because I think that partner comes after boyfriend, girlfriend.
Yeah,
I as someone who's probably not going to get married ever again.
Oh Lord, never say never.
I said probably not. I didn't say never. I said probably not.
Probably not.
I said probably not.
Okay.
I think partner would be the ultimate goal. I mean, if having someone in that capacity in my life is something that I eventually want, mm-hmm. I think that a partnership would be the ultimate goal if I'm trying to get to a committed state with someone.
Yeah.
I think that a boyfriend, girlfriend could just be someone that I hang out with consistently. Mm-hmm. But you know, I'm to some degree aware that this is probably not going to go anywhere. Mm-hmm. Or it might go somewhere, but other things need to happen before it can go somewhere. Yeah. Yes, I think that might be an area where you can kind of still use the title boyfriend, girlfriend. Although I don't know. in my 30s. I don't know if I really want to say. Actually,
Yeah,
I don't care. I don't care if I don't care. I don't care if calling
I'm
someone
a
my girlfriend.
grown ass woman. I don't date no boys. It'll be my man friend. Like,
Well, unfortunately, all you women act like girls, in my opinion, right now.
oh, whatever.
I'm just throwing that
Bitter
out.
Bitter
Bitter.
boy.
I'm bitter like, I don't know what's some bitter. What's something
Like,
real bitter?
Dark chocolate.
Oh gosh, yeah.
Bitter like dark chocolate.
Oh boy.
Yeah, no, I don't know. I just feel like,
How do you feel?
I think labels are going to be the death of us. I think that
Yeah,
when
you're the one that brought it up. So
yeah,
I'm
I
just-
think labels are going to be the death of us. I think when we strive to become something that we aren't necessarily not, like the labels that I've had in my life, for instance, like I know I'm somebody's daughter. I know I'm somebody's sister.
Yeah,
You know,
you're somebody's cousin.
I'm somebody's cousin. You know, I'm a student. You know, I'm a teacher. Not a teacher, but like a teacher.
You're a mental health advocate.
I'm a mental health advocate. Some of these labels are positive and they've brought a lot of positive things into my life, but you know, others present their challenges. Like I find it challenging to be the daughter, for instance, that I think my parents had wanted me to be.
Your parents had expectations
My
for you?
parents had expectations of me as their firstborn child, their firstborn daughter, that I didn't necessarily meet. Like I did the education piece, but like beyond that, like settling down and finding a husband and having kids and getting, especially the part about getting a good, solid, stable job, like in a career. You know,
Yeah,
I didn't.
but those things were all based on their experiences and the things that they thought were might be the best route for you. And even my mom was a little bit more open, so I don't know. She had very little expectations. She was just like, do whatever you want, whatever makes you happy. Like I had one of those moms, which is
Yeah, my mom, I would say, because they're sisters, but my mom was definitely like that. It was more Papa Dainty that had the pressure cooker on me all the time, you know, and expectations of what I should be and what a good daughter should be. And when I wasn't that good daughter, you know, there'd be conflict. There'd be a lot of conflict, you know. So I don't know. I just feel like I'm Onika. That's who I am in everything I do. I'm Onika, and that's the only label that I ever want. Just that of my first, Onika Latoya Dainty, that of my first, middle, and last name. No other expectations of me.
But being like salt.
Being as common as salt. I want to be as common as salt. I do. I absolutely do. But I don't want any outside of that, outside of my personality, outside of, you know, what I share with you or what I share with my family. Like, I don't want any outside labels or outside expectations. What are some of the labels that have been given to you in your life that you don't necessarily subscribe to?
Labels that I don't subscribe to. Because I'm black, I'm a baby daddy.
Ooh. Baby daddy.
Yeah. Or or I strive to be the type of person that you see in a hip hop video, or in that type of pop culture nature. Like I don't identify with those people, right? Like I don't.
Yeah.
But it's the assumptions typically made, and then you always have to hear well, you're not one of them, or you're one of the good ones.
Once they realize you don't subscribe to that label.
Yeah, that particular label. Like, don't get me wrong, I love hip hop music, and I
Of course. Everybody should.
I love that culture just like as much as everybody else. But unfortunately, I realize that there's a negative connotation with it, and I I in public will not, advocate for it.
You're a multifaceted type of dude.
Okay, yeah, I like that.
Yeah, you're multifaceted. So just because you like hip hop doesn't necessarily mean you subscribe to the hip hop culture.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, that's the way of putting it. Because there's a lot of things in the hip hop culture that kind of, it's interesting. Like, when it comes to drugs, anybody who's got like West Indian parents, drugs is like the worst thing that you can like. They don't play. Like,
no, but
but then you see in hip hop, and I guess unfortunately American black culture, which trickles down to what is Canadian based off of images in the media and due to proximity.
People basically associate drugs with hip hop. Yeah. It's like the two are synonymous, to the point where my sister actually went on a retreat once, a religious retreat that like broke down hip hop and how like everything in hip hop was related to drugs and like evil and like bad things.
I think there is some truth to that, but hip hop is about telling your own personal story. And if hip hop started, in the poorest neighborhoods of New York, influenced by the Jamaican reggae dancehall, that sound system culture mixed with the whole master systems toasting, like that's the origins of hip hop. And so then you have the whole what are people, so originally they're talking about dancing and partying and stuff, but then you have an era of crack cocaine, and so what do people talk about? Things they know.
Yeah,
right?
things that they've done.
Things they've done, so that they've experienced. So, that's why, today you might see a little bit, you see recreational drug use today in the music, as opposed to back in the day where it was selling the drug use. Today it's like, well, we don't drug dealers? No, we don't play with those people, but,
But we'll do some drugs.
But we'll do some drugs,
We'll do some fucked up drugs.
We'll do some drugs, and
we'll pop a molly.
We'll pop a molly.
We'll pop a molly.
But it's beyond that though. Like, it's prescription drugs as well, right?
Yeah, Percocets.
Yeah.
There's that song about Percocets.
And but I think it goes even further. Beyond that. I remember when I was in school. The outside of marijuana, the drug of choice was Ritalin and Adderall, right, to help you focus.
Yeah, the
right?
ADHD drugs.
ADHD drugs to help you focus, so you can like power through writing those papers, right? I don't know. It's probably still popular now.
I used to take caffeine pills for that.
Ooh, I did that one night.
Like,
Never
it's like 10
again.
cups of coffee in one. You sleep for like 13 solid hours after that. Like, you hand in your paper, you go home, and you sleep.
My problem was it was a capsule, and I like opened up the capsule and just kind of had the caffeine on my tongue.
Oh, no.
So not only did I finish my paper faster than I thought I would,
then you were just up.
And I was wired up the whole night.
That's hilarious.
Ended up going to class, handing in it gets kind of tragic though, because on a serious note though, the next morning go to class to hand in my paper, and it was Russian history, and my professor had passed away the night before.
Oh, try.
Yeah, so it was like a combination of a bunch of things, right? Yeah. So then now
you just wish I just want to sleep.
So now I handed the paper into the TA, and now I remember I was like, I can't do this, and I went and crashed in the library. I was done.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. Caffeine pills though, they'll save your life. They will save your grade. They will save your grade. But yeah, there was, back in the day, like you said, it was pot, and I never took Ritalin or any of that stuff.
I tried Adderall. That was
no, I never did that.
I've never been so focused in my life. Like, it was scary. It was scary. I thought, it was not. Yeah, it was.
I remember
I was super focused. Like, it wasn't that bad. It was just. It felt very uncomfortable for that, knowing that this is a prescription drug that did this. This was.
Yeah, no,
was a
those
little
you gotta stay
comfortable.
away from prescription
Yeah,
drugs.
you gotta.
I remember the first time I got high. It was I was 20 years old, and my friend Peter from Bulgaria, he's probably listening. Hey Peter, yeah, he came over, and it was another roommate of mine. Not the white one, because she was pissed off later. I won't say her name, but not the white one. There's another roommate of mine, and we were kind of hanging out. Peter came over with some pot. He called it pot, and he's like, "Do you guys want to try it?" I'm like, sure, why not? I was like, never done it before, why not? So he's like, "Do you have a water bottle and a pen?" And so wow. I didn't know how weed was supposed to be smoked, so I thought this was normal, right? So he's like, put a little water in it. So then he makes a makeshift bong, and I smoke, and I get really high, and my best friend, which is the white roommate, comes home, and she sees the bong on the table, and she's like, "Oh, Onika," like, "Oh my goodness." And I'm like, I just started laughing, like it was really and my other roommate, she didn't do anything, she didn't do it, she chickened out. But
so how
whatever.
do you feel about, like, with, I guess, marijuana becoming illegal? I guess that's not July 1st now, it's like October something, like 16, 17, something like that.
Yeah.
Like, what's like, how's that going to affect the drug culture? Because, I mean, I think there's going to be a lot of people that are going to be less stressed.
Amen.
But, I mean, because it's going to be regulated, like just like alcohol, cigarettes. What do you think's going to happen? How do you think that's going to affect?
I think, I don't think much is going to change, really. I think people that smoke weed are going to continue to smoke weed, and people that do not smoke weed are not going to smoke weed. Mm-hmm. Like, I don't think, I think the culture right now, just in general, from kids coming up from high school, because I know that's when some people started, even like at my age, they started smoking pot in high school. So if people are smoking pot and doing drugs in high school, they're going to come up doing that stuff. They're going to end up in their 30s going to the pot shop, whatever it's going to be called. And it's not going to be, they're going to do it more. They're already doing it. Like this is already so ingrained into our culture. And I don't want to blame music, and I don't want to blame movies, and I don't want to blame celebrities. Like it's a smorgasbord of things, really. Like it's things that you see on the internet. It's peer pressure. It's so many different moving parts to why people, it's depression, it's anxiety, it's mental health. Like, you know what I mean? I was a pot smoker. I was a heavy pot smoker. Like, I love my pot. It was the thing that I did to like de-stress and decompress. But remember, a year ago I said to you, happy people don't do drugs.
Yeah, I know. And that's when I was like, I'm good.
You know what I mean? I'm a happy person now. I live a basically fulfilling life. Basically fulfilling. It could get better. I'm sure it will in the long run. But when I was low and I was feeling low, it was like the thing that I did to make me feel happy, to get me up. Like, I remember the first time I really smoked pot, which was with my ex, because like the first time we did it, I got a little bit high. The second time it was like, I was going through a insomnia. And I had my papers due. I wasn't sleeping. I wasn't functioning. So the boyfriend at the time said, why don't you try some marijuana? Not realizing I'd already like tried this before, but he said, just give it a shot. So it made me sleepy, happy, hungry, and high. Like, so it was all the Smurfs, not the Smurfs, what are they called? The seven dwarfs. All the dwarfs were in there. Dopey, sleepy, happy, high. Like I slept for the first time in what felt like 2 weeks. I had a good sleep, and so that's what I would use it for. That's what it would be. That's how it became a part of my life and a part of my existence. So I don't know. I know at one point I was addicted to it.
What?
I was addicted to it.
No way.
Yeah, you can get addicted to pot.
Nah, bullshit.
You can. Like, when you're chronic and you don't think of it like when you're doing it like several times a day, like more than 8.
Okay, you
Yeah, more than like 8 times a day.
You got a problem.
Yeah, you got a problem. And then it drove me crazy. 2016.
Wow.
And
How much?
yeah,
See, that's just too expensive.
I was smoking a lot of weed in 2016.
That's a lot expensive.
Like I was smoking a lot of weed. So, I had to just like sit with myself and kind of talk to myself and be like, is this for you or isn't it for you?
Yeah.
So, I had to make the right choice, for me.
See, I don't know. Like, I think once it's like becomes legal again, like I'll probably just say, if it's a Friday night or like, every now and then. The same way I treat alcohol now, where it's like, I'm not really drinking on a regular basis, but I might have a glass of wine here or there. I might want to smoke a joint.
I'm never saying never. Once it becomes legal, I'm not gonna say never. Like,
yeah.
I'm not gonna say never. I can't say never with anything. Like, because outside of that, I've also dabbled in some cocaine.
Oh,
I've dabbled.
You dabbled, yeah.
I've dabbled in some cocaine. Not recently. I'm not saying like I'm not saying recently. This was years ago, but yeah, I've tried cocaine. I've tried Molly. I've smoked some weed. I've tried shrooms.
Oh yeah, yep.
Yeah. So it's a part. It's so accessible.
Oh
and
yeah.
This is the drug culture. Accessibility.
Yeah.
It's all so accessible and cheap.
I don't know if it's cheap, but
well, cocaine's not cheap.
But like I don't know if it's actually, you know what, it is cheap if you really want, like, because if you think about it, like you're gonna go to a bar and you're gonna spend $10 on a drink. You're probably gonna have 3-4 drinks before you you're at your point, versus maybe $20, $30 in whatever drug is your fancy.
Yeah, it's cheap. It's not expensive, and it's accessible.
See, when it comes to pot, I've always enjoyed the fact that you're still in control.
Yeah. With
alcohol, you lose control.
It's true.
And I'm like, I don't like that feeling.
With a lot of drugs, you lose control. It's not just alcohol. I think with a couple of those ones that I took, I lost like, my shit.
Lost it.
Like I lost it completely. So I think the reason I don't like do a lot of drugs, like I'm not a big drug person, is because when I'm manic, that's basically what it's like to be on drugs.
That's something that a lot of I've heard now said a few times by people with any type of, or a few mental health conditions.
Yeah.
Is that the
conditions?
Is that the word?
Yeah,
is it the right one? Okay, yeah.
Yeah, like you feel like you're on drugs, so
that manic state, right?
That manic state. So you don't necessarily want to repeat that and have that happen to you every single day. So you stay away from drugs for the most part. And if you are doing drugs and you have mental health issues, it's usually because you're self-medicating. That's why it's like I said I was addicted to marijuana, but like I just was chronically smoking marijuana to self-medicate.
Okay.
I think that's more of a fair estimation of what was happening at the time.
So what do you say to someone with mental health who's a challenge that's saying, hey, that's self-medicating? Like, what do you do? That's a tough, because the thing is, like hi mom, I know you're listening. I had my mom try to tell me, just stop smoking weed, Onika. Like all you have to do is just stop smoking weed. At the end of the day, just like any other drugs, like that people put in their system, you have to hit some kind of like a rock bottom, some type of like a uh-oh or whoopsie or like ding, 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 ding type of moment that lets you know this is not a good look. This is not the right thing to do. And it took 7 episodes for me to get there. Mm-hmm. With people telling me left, right, and center, like, just stop smoking weed. Like, so I think it's just one of those things where, especially with people with mental health, because it's tough. It's just tough. You have to get to a certain point where you get kind of sick of yourself and sick of your actions, and you're motivated to change them. So that's what I would say about. Look at how my phone interrupts the podcast. What?
Maybe it's a sign that it's time to
to
call it.
Yeah.
Adieu.
Bid you adieu.
Adieu to you and you and you. If you guys wanted to tell us any stories about labels that you are currently kind of stuck in and you want to get out of, and you want to talk about that, please send us a note. And if you want to tell us of any of the copious amount of drugs you've done, which I'm interested in, please, yeah, I'm totally interested in what you've done. So send us a note, and JR, tell them how they can reach us.
Yeah, definitely. You can reach us at dysh, dysh, at daintydish.com. That's DAINTYDYSH.com. You can also check out Onika on onikadainty.com, where she's got what on there right now?
I've got a poem called Untitled Love that I put up there for my sweet, sweet baby love.
You're serious?
My sweet, sweet, yeah, for my sweet, sweet baby love Jersey. Hey, baby.
Oh, well, you can also check her out on Instagram at Best of Onika. You can check me out on Instagram at Best of J.R. If you are listening to us on Apple Podcasts,
give us 5. You deserve 5.
Thank you so much. We appreciate it. And you could also subscribe and leave a comment. We would truly appreciate it. Thank you so much. If you're listening to us on YouTube or SoundCloud, thank you so much. Subscribe, follow, give us some feedback. We totally would appreciate it. We appreciate you so much for listening. That is it for me.
All right, that has been the dish of the day. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I hope you have a very, very, very happy hump day.